Welcome to Lake of Creatures. This is a great crypto mine. I know I'm kidding, but I know I don't know which of these games are crypto miners. We're currently doing Steam Next Fest again. If you're just tuning in again, and when I was compiling this list at 3 a.m., I wrote a genre beside every game as well as a note beside the game. It was 3 a.m., so I don't know what I wrote. All I know is that the genre and the note really don't make any sense. The notes for this game, the genre for this game is called fishing. I actually made an entirely new genre. You know how there's like first-person shooters? Well, fishing is now a genre of the game. A fishing roguelike, my chat will like this, okay? I don't really know what to expect. All I know is that this is a roguelike fishing game. What in God's name is this? Citizens, I have terrible news. Your precious town and its lakes have been infested by monsters. These creatures are unlike anything we've seen before. They seem to carry toxic chemicals. I'm afraid they're mutated because of the polluted lakes. Oh, take a look at this hideous fish. This miserable thing has gained a third eye. That looks like the fish from Feature Emblem. These must not have taken over our village. We must form an extermination crew. I'm asking everyone here to take action. You have any useful gear such as fishing rods, nets, lures, firearms, explosives, or machetes, you should consider joining the team. Everyone who participates is rewarded with badges. Now be safe on your expeditions. In case of anything helpful you might stumble upon. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, this is hardcore. Why is there a fishing rod? Why is there a fishing rod still? I'm killing monsters. What the? What the fuck? What? Okay, wait. The volume's also getting like crazy. Oh god. Oh god, oh god. Oh god, oh god. This is with a limiter on, by the way. This is with a limiter on. A limiter on. What is this? Oh my god, it is a fishing. This is exactly what I expected. A fishing roguelike fighter game. What is this? You're a fisherman in infested waters, trying to fish while killing monsters, taking over your waters. What is this game? And what's crazy is that this game actually doesn't feel bad to like play. Like it is kind of, you know, janky. And I will say the gameplay is very quiet. Like I didn't turn off sound effects. This is just how the game sounds like. Please, I just want to catch a fish. Cast your fishing line to catch fish. Well, all the fish are gone. So what do I do? The music, yeah, like the music is like insanely good. But what is this? Creature skull. What? Damage up. What does it mean? What? Oh my god, there's a map. It's like Binding of Isaac. It's like a Binding of Isaac, but like on the water. Oh, ow. Wait, the spice level. I see. I see. So the way the fish is, you gotta swing your thing. Oh, it died. Oh no, it like died. Wait. This is a weird concept for like game. This game is messy. It's messy and it's missing a lot, like a lot. There's no sound effects. The mechanics kind of change here and there in terms of like, you know, what you can do. And there is actually like a pretty decent like fishing system where you have to catch like bait and like stuff, right? But it just feels like an incoherent, almost like crazy mess almost. I don't know why. It feels like it could have been a very good like concept. Again, very, very good concept. It's not to say that's necessarily bad, but you can definitely tell, again, it just needs polish. I feel like a lot of games that we played today need a lot of polish. Sound effects or something, or some kind of feeling. Like it's missing some kind of like steadiness almost. I don't know how to explain it really. Please. Eat it. Please eat it. Come on. Okay, this is... Huh. This is what I find interesting about games, right? There's a lot of games that like tend to do way too many things at like once, I feel like. And I feel like the best thing about like games like do is to focus on one concept and like execute it very, very well. Because what does it even mean to have $100 to like open something like that? I don't really get it. Eat the line. Eat the line. COD $10. What the? I think it's just, yeah, procedurally generated maps with like, you know, roguelike, like your very standard roguelike gameplay. Very, very standard. But it just doesn't feel, I don't know, good to play. Again, all these games feel very odd. They all feel like they're like missing that like bit of oomph, right? I find like, for instance, Binding of Isaac is basically this, but with a lot more oomph to it. A lot more oomph. And I'm realizing now the quality of your game and the quality of the feel of it really changes a lot. Like a lot about how enjoyable it is to like play. Please take my fish. For instance, the fishing mechanic feels like a half-baked version of like a real fishing mechanic, right? There's kind of a way to swing your like net by like using momentum and like stuff. Oh, there we go. I take it back. Now it's a lot better. Okay, I take it back. This may now be a 10 out of 10. Wait. Eat it. Eat it. Okay, I give one. But the shooting also feels very like floaty. It feels very sort of like not at all engaging. Like the shooting feels very like, it feels more like a chore than it does like a fun like action game. If that makes sense. What's that? Huh? Okay, let's try a boss fight, see if it gets any better here. And use my knife more. Although it does have elements of like a bullet hell, which is kind of cool. Which I mean, you know. But I feel like it, again, let's just try one single boss fight. If it still feels weird, then we just call it. Because there are other demos to like play. Love. Yeah, the fishing is at odds with the bullet and like shooting hell. But I can see how it could have been fun if it was expanded more. I died. That was a bad move. I can see how the fishing could have been really, really good. If it was just like a tiny bit more engaging almost. Or like, just a tiny bit more like, you know, solid. I don't know, like just, it just, again, both, because there's two different mechanics, they both feel very like half-baked. And there's a lot of games that like have many mechanics that like, they can all be more integrated and they all feel a lot more fully built. Yeah, exactly. Like it needs to be more well integrated. But in this case, the like game feels very sort of like it's like just before the finish line for both mechanics, if that makes sense, right? Like no one's saying that Stardew Valley's combat is really good, but the integration of it with like everything else feels passable, right? Like that's like basically the bar that you want to hit, but like this barely passes that like bar of like it's like passable. Yeah, the shooting is already taxing enough that you don't want to bother with the fishing. Exactly. It does do interesting things with the mapping, where it's like, you know, there's like obstacles and like stuff. But the shooting isn't very like engaging. It's just hide, wait, shoot. Hide, wait, shoot. And again, games with the shooting mechanics, it's difficult to make it feel very engaging unless you go the full like Binding of Isaac way, where it's like balls to the walls craziness and you get power-ups every like 5 seconds, right? But you just keep on power scaling things and like making it more of a bullet hell, right? But this feels like less like that and more like if Binding of Isaac had like one single enemy type and it was the same sort of hide, wait, shoot pattern. It feels, again, it just feels very, very close to what could be very, very good, but it's not quite there. Again, these are all demos, so they're very early looks, right? Yeah, exactly. Like giving doping hits with the weapon variety and stuff, or like different effects and like stuff, right? Like just having like different ways of like playing like a shooter-esque game besides hide, wait, shoot. I think that that's a very key thing of making the core game loop fun. And actually, I recently watched a video from Nitro Rad about Pseudo Regalia, which again was I thought a really fun platformer. And he said it best, I think. If the thing that you do in an empty room is extremely fun, then that alone is enough to carry your entire game, right? Whether it's movement or shooting or like something, right? Like Pseudo Regalia was a fun movement game. A good shooting game is like, I don't know, like Doom. Like for instance, like Doom Eternal or like Doom 2016. We're just shooting the guns and like playing with the different moves feels like fun. Or Fortune's Run, where the combat feels very engaging, right? If that alone works, then like that can carry the entire experience basically, right? Then you build the shell around it for like everything else. But like that alone needs to feel good. This was close, but I'm curious to see how it grows and how the final product eventually feels. But again, I don't know. It's missing. It's still missing something. Yeah, exactly. Like Vampire Survivors, the fun mostly comes from like, damn, look at the effects go off. Exactly. Or like what if I just upgrade this thing 1 or 2 more times, right? Like that's, and like it happens so early on. Like you play for the first like minute or like something, and within a minute you already get that next like upgrade, right? That I think is sort of like the gold standard to like go for in terms of like that like dopamine hit for these styles of like games. Again, as it stands, it's just missing something, and I don't know what. But that's all for Lake of Creatures. I do hope that this is also another game that has potential that I hope improves, because again, it's a great concept. It just needs a bit more polish on like the gameplay feeling of it. Something about it feels very off.